And let's see. So nothing really to report right now. Thank you for joining me for the meditation. I look forward to meditating with you. We'll start at about 10:02. And good morning for everybody joining. Good morning, my friends. Good morning. We'll start it at 10:02 in just a little bit. Thank you so much. Okay, all right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. A little bit of a dreary day today in Metro Detroit, but let's see if we can bring some sunshine into the meditation. And I unfortunately I can't lead a sunshine meditation, but the Ashaya Ascension, where I is kind of my home for meditation, which I'm not a qualified teacher. You have to become certified, and they have a meditation on the sun. And the reason I'm sharing that with you is because we can always take in the sun's energy, which, by the way, is far more than people realize what it is. And when you consider the love and the light that it takes to come from the sun to sustain, literally sustain life on this planet, we need the sun and all of its healing qualities. And like I said, it's far more than what people realize. But I invite you just to take in love, just take it in, and take in the sunshine, take in the love of the sunshine. So okay, let's see, let's meditate. Just getting yourself nice and comfortable, and just really being present here for this moment. There's nowhere you need to go. There's nothing you need to do other than just be here now. Maybe some of the most powerful words we can ever experience, or just to be here now. Be here now. And I've been practicing this particularly a lot the last couple days, of just returning to the moment over and over. My mind drifts, return to the present moment, to be here now. Thoughts come up in my mind that aren't, well, any thoughts that come up in my mind, I just again return to the present moment. And the more we practice that, the easier it becomes to let go of thoughts and feelings and beliefs, and just to keep us rooted in our true self. And so just taking in a nice deep breath. And just really letting go of all the past. Letting go of all the past. There's not one single thing you need to carry into this meditation, and certainly not for life. But with that said, to ease the mind sometimes, I sometimes share, please feel free to pick this up after we're finished with the meditation. And most people don't like to, but please know that there is that option. So you're not feeling trapped in any way, because that can engage the mind. And just coming back to being aware of your breath. This beautiful, perfect breath that takes care of us over and over again without any need or requirement on our part. The physical body handles it all. And we are a witness to the physical body. We are a witness to the breath. We are a witness to the thoughts. We are a witness to life itself. And I sometimes like to visit the metaphor of allowing the river of life to just carry us. I know for me, I'm not going to say I have worked so far. Sometimes I still work so hard when part of me is not content with the moment, that my mind, my ego judges that something is missing, which is a thought and a belief. There must be more, another thought and belief. What can I do to be happy, another thought and belief. And so when we come from that place, and particularly if we're looking to the mind for solutions, it really can not only engage the mind, but engage our ego where we're in the struggle of life rather than the flow of life like the river. And I'm not asking you to believe what I'm about to share. I'm just again inviting you to explore with me. Life is on our side. God is on our side. And the more we surrender into the river of life, the river of love and peace and joy, the more we just surrender into that, we begin to have this trust and faith that everything is exactly the way it needs to be. And yes, sometimes on the river we hit some turbulence. Maybe we even hit a waterfall sometimes, but we're never given more than what is for our greatest good. And that is kind of a hard pill for some people to swallow. Let me say this, it's a hard pill for the ego to swallow, because it's like, no, I don't want to go over any waterfalls. But when you're flowing with the waterfall and your dive is part of God, diving into life, diving into God, you see that the waterfall, there can be a flow even with that. And so the more we're able to just flow with the river of life, we see that we can really kind of kick our feet up and just allow the river to safely and beautifully carry us. And I say safely in a way that everything that's being brought to us is here to awaken us. And the truth is, your ego, your mind can feel unsafe. The idea of who you think you are can feel unsafe in the river of life. But the core truth of who you are is always safe. Because you can never get rid of it, you can't kill it, you can't diminish it. It's always safe, and it's always rooted in love, rooted in your heart. And what is it that you really want out of life? And one thing that is hardwired in every single person is we all want to be happy. Everyone. Yes, we go about it in different ways because of the stories we've believed over the years. If I have money, then I'm happy, and so I'm going to do whatever I can do to get money. If I'm successful, and you can ask 10 people and they might give you 10 different answers of what success is. If I'm successful, then I'll be happy. Success, I have this great business and I have, a wonderful partner and this perfect job. Well, the truth is there is a perfection perhaps behind the job and the money and the relationship, but it has nothing to do with the external. What it has to do is our perception of the external. It has to do with our flow with the external, our flow with life, not fighting it, not resisting it, but also recognizing that there will never ever be anything external that provides us with a sustaining joy. Never. So all these things that we strive for happiness, so oftentimes they're just a temporary state of happiness. But the heart will never be satisfied with that. And that is good news. That is good news, because why would we want to settle for vanilla ice cream? Even maybe some people think, oh yeah, vanilla, it is good. It is good, but we've not tried Rocky Road. Hopefully there's some chocolate fans out there, but for me, oh yeah, Rocky Road. That will be, if I get to experience that. I had a friend of mine that once visited my old mentor, and my old mentor asked him if he was happy, and he said, yeah. And he said, that's because you don't recognize what true happiness is, that you're satisfied, you're content with the way it is. And he gave that example. You've tasted vanilla, but you've never tasted Rocky Road. Are you ready to taste Rocky Road? Perhaps this isn't the best example, as I'm on my sweet fast for 3 weeks. But I'm resolute with it, and I'm committed, because I find that the more I give up my attachments, I find that I draw nearer to God. And perhaps better worded is, I have the awareness that God is closer than what I perceive. And I don't even want to use the word closer, because how can you separate the drop of water in the ocean from the ocean itself? It's all one. And we can maybe have a perception or belief that God is not right here with us right now. But it's just a belief that blocks you from experiencing the oneness of who you are with our beloved Creator, with the universe, with life itself. And sometimes I tell you how perfect and wonderful and beautiful, and how loved you are, and how loving you are. And I like sharing those words with you. And yet I know the words are not enough. But I am committed to you, with you, as I am to myself, and as I am to God, to be as good of a conduit as I can be, to help you to shed these old beliefs that have blocked you from knowing who you are all along. And sometimes to recognize that means being vulnerable, to be naked in the truth of life. Some of you may know this, probably most of you don't. For many years I did a group called the Human Awareness Institute, also called HI, and it was a clothing optional workshop. And it wasn't about being naked from a physical point of view. It was a metaphor, and it was a way of creating vulnerability. It was a weekend-long workshop, an absolutely beautiful, beautiful workshop, where we didn't just shed our clothes, which was optional, We shed the ideas, the masks, the limited thoughts and beliefs that got in the way of who we really are, that we may just look into each other's eyes, regardless of gender, regardless of beliefs, but to just look into each other's eyes with love and respect, that we might see each other from soul to soul. But the beautiful thing about the work was that people use clothes as a mask, and we use many things as a mask. Perhaps you've had the dreams where you're walking naked in a courtyard with many people. There's been times where I've been okay with that dream, and there's other times where I feel so vulnerable and scared and judged. Afraid that they will judge me. But just to have that dream and be willing to walk metaphorically naked amongst the people, real and raw, vulnerable, there's something absolutely beautiful about that. And I'm not just talking about the physical. And there was people of all shapes and sizes, all different ages. And you end up seeing that it's just body parts. That's all it is. And the only reason it's more to some people than others, that it's more than body parts, is simply the stories we have about the body parts and what it means. That's all. Just another story. And it's really so beautiful to we talk about all the self-images of who we think we are, all the stories about who we think we are. And this is a direct example of a story of who we think we are physically. Many people think they're too big, or maybe they're too small, or we've got too many wrinkles or too many scars. It's just stories. That's all it is. You are no less than a god or goddess. Regardless of how you look, you can be 600 pounds, you are still that love and light and truth. And you could be 90 pounds, mostly bones, and yet there's still that core essence of truth of who you are. Whether you're 1 or 101, it doesn't matter. And you might have the story that you're mean or you're judgmental. That is just a thought, just a belief, just another story. I sometimes share with you my story when I'm not being conscious and aware. I still carry the story, albeit not near as much, but I carry the story that I'm arrogant and that I'm insecure, so arrogance quite often shows up. Sometimes I do this dance in life where I say something not meaning to be a fool or to be an idiot or to be arrogant, and then I have the awareness, and I even feel a bit emotional with this right now, just connecting with the part of me that is unconditional, my true self that loves me no matter what. No matter what the stories, no matter what the beliefs, no matter what I feel. Yes, sometimes my ego self has the experience of being arrogant. And it's okay. It's okay because it's just simply where my small self is at. And when I have the awareness to simply in that moment to just release that thought, that belief, that feeling, just release it, let it go, and come back to the present moment where I reside, the truth of who I am resides, and the present moment where you reside, the true you. And it truly doesn't matter what thought, what feeling, what belief you have. It does not matter. It's just a thought. It's just another story of who we have believed ourselves to be. I invite you right now, really, we talk about this. I don't want this to be trivial words. Would you be willing? Would you be open? This is just an invitation. Would you be willing? Would you be open to let go, just release every single story that you have about yourself right now, or at least for this meditation? I mean every story. That includes all the shame and all the guilt and the blame that you've taken on over the years. Everything of the past, those are all stories, every single bit of it. And maybe you have certain memories, and there's memories, whether your mind judges it as good or bad, I'm inviting you to let go of it all. Because you see, there's this emptiness that is even beyond all the things that you would judge as good about yourself or something else. It's beyond all the labels, all the stories. This beautiful freedom and innocence of who you are. You are enough. But I want you to even let go of that story. Because you see, when you connect and you align with the truth of who you are, it's not about being enough or not enough. It just is. Please hear that. Even this story that you're enough, it's another story. And the reason it's so important to let go of that story as well is because if you're busy trying to convince yourself that you're enough, that's just more ego. It's just more thoughts and beliefs and stories that you do not need to perpetuate. So letting go of all the stories of even as good of a person that you are. You know, sometimes when I do my talks or my meditations, you know, I get good feedback, and you know, occasionally I get something that stirs the pot that's not so good as well. But even the good feedback, yes, it's helpful. It's helpful for us to perhaps let go of stories that we're not enough. And there's nothing wrong with that. Good feedback is helpful, and even good to praise people and to praise yourself. It's all good. And yet there comes a point in time where you are being asked to transcend it all of it. So that there is only this pure beingness of who you are. And yes, you are love. You are light. You are a pure beingness, a pure isness. But I don't want you to believe any of that. But what I am inviting you to do is let go of all the beliefs that stand in the way of that truth, so that you can experience and be that truth. I love these meditations. I love them because every day I'm reminded of the truth of who I am. Every day I shed a little bit more of my old story. And I offer you to just explore this same thing with me. By letting go of all the past and all the future, there's nothing to worry about. Worry is just another story, another fear. It's just a fear of the unknown. A fear of the unknown, fear of what might happen. But it's just more stories. It's just more stories. So all of your memories, your past experiences, certainly all the shame, guilt, and blame, even letting go of all the things that you've learned. And I don't know about you, but my mind struggled with that. What? You tell me to let go of everything that I've learned? Well, no, first of all, I'm not telling you to. I do my best to invite you to all of it. But what happened for me was when I thought, then I wouldn't know anything. All the stuff that I've learned, you're asking me to let go of it, and I've worked so hard to learn it. Knowledge, more things to know will never be why you awaken. Because you are pure emptiness itself. You are beyond anything, any label, any description, any words, any conditions, any stories, any self-images. You are beyond all of that. All you are is pure emptiness, pure conscious awareness. You're aware of the emptiness. You're aware of your physical form. You're aware of all the physical world. But you are not physical. There is just the conscious awareness that requires no form, no physicalness whatsoever, to just be pure awareness. And it's in that pure awareness where you are also aware of the empty, silent intelligence. The intelligence that is non-physical also. It's the intelligence of the universe, the intelligence of God. And all your memories, everything that has ever happened or will ever happen, is all part of the cosmos. All part of that which you are one with. Again, don't believe me. I'm just inviting you to let go of all your past memories, all the things you have ever learned. Empty out your cup of knowledge that you have used to judge what is good or bad, and has engaged your mind as if your mind is your God and you its slave. I'm inviting you to let go of looking to the mind and simply being aware of who you are that is beyond anything physical. And you will never take the physical with you. So if you truly are an eternal being, we must recognize that there's no way we can be the physical mind or body. There is not one single thing that we will take from this physical manifestation of who we are. It will all be left behind. Who is it that cannot be left behind? Who is it that you can't get rid of? Who is it that you can never diminish, that will never ever go away, that will never ever leave you, because it is you? And the mind tries to grapple with this idea. How can I possibly be formless, empty? How can there be intelligence that is in the nothingness, the emptiness? When those thoughts present themselves, I invite you just to be aware of them. And in being aware of them, you get to see who you are. Does the awareness require anything physical? And for those of you who have had out-of-body experiences, you know you transcend your body and you're still fully conscious and fully aware. And you see the physical, but you are not the physical. You are still intelligent. You still can connect with the memories of the cosmos. You have everything you need to experience the peace, joy, and love that you truly are. That is simply awareness. Formless awareness. Formless consciousness. And we see that nothing can exist without consciousness. You can have any experience that you want or think about or do, but if you are not conscious of it, it can't exist. There has to be consciousness in order for us to be aware that anything exists. And that's what you are. The one who is simply aware of the one who says, "Who am I?" You're aware of that thought. Well, I'm still looking for it. Is that you that's looking for it? If it is you, then who is the one that is aware of that thought? Yeah, but I just want to be happy. Who is saying that? Who is aware of that thought that says, I want to be happy? Just cut out the nonsense, Brad. I just want to awaken to the truth of who I am. Who wants to awaken? Who is aware of that thought? That thought that you are not already awakened. The mind has so much to say about who it thinks we are. Just simply notice all of that. That's all. Be a witness to all of that. It truly doesn't matter what you think, what you believe, what you feel. So many people spend so much time, I should think more positive. I shouldn't feel angry, or I shouldn't feel this way, or I need to change my beliefs. I need to change my attitudes. That's all fine. People can do that if they want. I don't want to make it bad or wrong, but there comes a point in time where it's not necessary to change or fix or heal any of that, because you are not that. You are not the thoughts or the beliefs or the feelings. That is all an illusion. And as long as you believe in the illusion, you will experience pain, suffering, stress. I'm inviting you to simply witness that illusion. Witness the thoughts, the feelings, the beliefs. That's all. Just witness it. Observe it. Be aware of it. That's you. You are the one that is aware of those things. So some of you may follow what I'm about to share, some of you may not. If you don't, just simply continue to pay attention to any thoughts or beliefs that come up around this. So this one that is able to watch life, to witness life, to perceive, to be aware of life, does this one ever get sick? No. This one never gets sick. I don't want you just to believe what I'm saying. I'm inviting you to look within yourself, not through the mind, but just connecting with the one who is consciously aware. Can you ever diminish this one? No, you can never diminish this one. Can you ever get rid of this one? No, you can never ever get rid of this one. How far do you need to go to get to this one? Do you need to travel somewhere to get this one, to get to this one? This isness of who you are, this pure beingness, this conscious awareness. Is there some distance to this conscious awareness? No, there's no distance. You are conscious awareness. Is there something you need to do to earn or prove that you are this? No. There's not one single thing that you need to do to prove yourself, to earn this, to so-called be successful or save many people or the world, be a hero. No. Nothing is required. It is you. You do not need to earn your way back to you. Is this you, this isness? Is it born? No, it is not born. It is you. It has always been you. Can it die? No, it is eternal. These are all questions the ego will battle you on. The ego is trying to fight for its existence. It's so afraid to step into the nothingness of who you are that it will disappear. But it wants to be somebody. It wants people to love it. It wants people to, look at how well it's done. I'm somebody. Look at me. I'm famous. Look how successful I am. Look how handsome or beautiful I am. Look at all the things that I've accomplished. Look how much good that I do in the world. All of these are all stories of the ego. So right now I'm just inviting you to just kind of bathe in this pure conscious awareness of who you are. And if your mind drifts, just notice that and come back to the present moment. Some of you may have gotten what I said. Some of you may have not. Maybe nobody got it. Maybe everybody got it. It doesn't matter. Notice, be aware of any thoughts or beliefs that pop up around that. Allow them to pass on by and come back to the present moment. And if your mind is drifted, just allowing the thoughts to gently, easily, effortlessly pass on by and come back to the present moment, which is coming back to you, the one, the formless one, who is conscious awareness itself. And again, just coming back to the present moment. And you can use the breath if you want, whatever it takes to bring you back to a focal point where your awareness has a focal point, which makes it easier sometimes and keeps you from engaging the mind. But you can have the focal point of listening to all the sounds around you, my voice, the birds, the fan, anything that brings your attention and your awareness. You can meditate on your little pinky if you want, as long as you can. It brings you back to the present moment where you are not judging it, you are not needing anything to be any different. It just brings you back to conscious awareness. And you may hear my puppy in the background. And maybe you have good thoughts or bad thoughts about that. It's just a thought. It's just a sound. Notice that, and then simply come back to being aware of your breath. And sometimes when we hear barking dogs or sounds that we don't like, it's our opportunity to realize again that it's just a story that we don't like it. We're talking about moving beyond all stories, all beliefs, all thoughts, all feelings, all of it, so that we're just residing in the pure emptiness of who we are. Loving, conscious awareness. And again, if your mind has drifted, just coming back to being aware of your breath or whatever your focal point is. And again, just coming back to the present moment, coming back to being aware of your breath. going to begin to bring this meditation to completion. If you'd like to continue meditating, please either mute or turn your device off. And thank you so much for joining me. I'm really grateful that you were here for this meditation. And for those ready to finish up, just taking in a nice deep breath. And just energizing your body, making sure you're rooted and grounded in this physical form that helps us to get about in this life. And taking your time, and whenever you're ready, opening your eyes. And I want to just take a peek, see who's out there. If anybody wants to say hi, you're welcome to. You never have to, of course. And let's see. Oh, hey, my buddy Cindy joined this morning. Good morning, Cindy. So happy you joined. I miss you. I hope you and Tom are doing well out in Cali there. And Sharon. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, my friend. Good morning. And Michelle. Good morning. Love you, my friend. And Laura Westerland. Oh, okay. Hi, Laura. Thanks for joining this morning. So glad you're able to join. So thank you, everybody. I really appreciate you a lot. I'm going to just, if anybody has any comments or questions they want to make, feel free to do so. Right now, I just want to go check on YouTube also, and just to see who might be over there, if anybody wants to share. And I don't see anybody. It's probably Sandy, so I'll say hi, Sandy, just in case, but it might not be. I know there's a few other people that sometimes come over there. And there's Sandy. Okay. This message connected with me deeply. Thank you. Well wishes for your son. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. We're making the trek on Thursday to take Maverick to Michigan Tech. I guess I feel a little bit emotional on that. I'm super happy and excited for him, but he's been with us for 21 years, and he's only one semester away from his bachelor degree in mathematics, and he's done incredibly well. And then he'll go on one more year to get his bachelor degree in computer science as well. So super happy and proud, and yeah, thank you for that. Thank you. So, all right, you guys have a beautiful day. Namaste. And tomorrow night on Zoom at 7, I will be doing that, and then I'll be off for a few days while I take Maverick back to Michigan Tech. So let's see if there's any other comments. Oh, Raheem, I don't know if you're here still, Raheem, or not. I don't know if you stayed for the whole thing or not, but if you are out there, thanks for joining, my friend. So, all right, you guys, namaste. Have a beautiful day.